back to Living Local and to our special series, Eerie, Iowa. The Quad Cities is unique, the only spot on the Mississippi River where the river flows east to west, a bi-state region that shares many mysteries. And now we're crossing the river into Illinois to meet John Looney. Looney wasn't just a gangster, he was a king of a crooked kingdom. In the early 1900s, he ruled Rock Island from the shadows. Saloons, brothels, gambling dens, even City Hall. Over 170 illegal businesses paid him protection, and those who didn't, well, they vanished. He published the Rock Island News, a scandal sheet that printed blackmail in bold. He bribed judges, buried rivals, and turned bullets into bargains. His empire of fear ended on October 6, 1922. That day, as crowds checked out the World Series scores outside the Argus newspaper building, gunfire erupted, and Looney was ambushed. His son Connor was shot before his eyes. But two black cars rolled up, men stepped out, and without a word, they opened fire. Screams shattered through the air, chaos erupted, some dove behind lampposts, others ran, and when the smoke cleared, several lay wounded, and one was dead. It was an ambush. The target was John Looney, Rock Island's most feared gangster. He survived, but his 21-year-old son Connor didn't. Connor's life ended in a rain of bullets outside the Sherman Hotel in Rock Island. He tried to draw, but his gun jammed, bleeding out in his father's arms. His last words were chilling, "My gun jammed." Locals say his ghost still haunts the area near the old hotel site, a pale figure with empty eyes, reaching for a gun that will never fire. Visitors to Calvary Cemetery have reported cold spots near his unmarked grave and the sound of footsteps behind them, though no one is there. And some say Connor Looney never really left Rock Island, and he's still trying to finish what his father started. Among the shooters, Dan Drost, once Looney's ally, was now a bitter enemy, and Looney never forgave him. When Drost died in 1939, the Daily Times called him the man of mystery of the Looney gang. He now lies in an unmarked grave, only yards away from Connor Looney's forgotten resting place. Two ghosts, one betrayal, a debt soaked in blood that may never be paid. Looney vanished, was arrested months later, and served 8 years, and died quietly in 1942. But his legacy lingered. Locals say Looney still haunts Rock Island. The government bridge creaks at night, and cold spots linger around the old Argus building. And some claim to have seen his ghost, long coat and cigar in hand, his eyes scanning for the next betrayal. Others think his spirit is trapped, not for the blood he spilled, but for the son he couldn't save. Eerie, Iowa is based on the book Eerie, Iowa by Michael McCarty and Bruce Walters. And I'm here with Bruce Walters and Michael McCarty, authors of Eerie, Iowa. It's a gangster noir with a supernatural twist. You know, what first drew you guys to the legend? Why do you think Looney still haunts Rock Island today?
Ooh, you could go.
Well, we focused on some of the more peripheral players, and one was Helen Van Dale, and she is buried in Fairmount Cemetery in an unmarked grave between her 5th and 6th husband's graves. And she owned an establishment at the end of Wapello Road, and that hotel no longer exists. And I found it in a 1919 map. And so we know the location, and Michael arranged for a visitor.
A psychic, yeah.
Yeah.
Had a psychic go, because we couldn't actually find the location.
Well, it's a swamp.
It's a swamp, so there's one side is a swamp, the other side is a junkyard. And so we kept on debating what side of the street was this, was it a brothel?
Yes, it was a brothel.
The brothel was on, and Bruce was saying the left, I was saying the right. We brought in the psychic.
Last road house on the road.
Yeah, and so we brought in the psychic to settle the argument.
And she had some real responses.
She had some really responses.
Yeah.
And you can still visit the site of the old Sherman Hotel here in downtown, and that's where people say that a lot of Looney sightings are kind of happened. Have you experienced anything with Looney downtown?
Not downtown, but I used to live next to the Looney house, which is on the cover of my other book, Ghosts of the Quad Cities. I've been in there about 3 times.
Ever invited?
People actually kind of said that I lived next door to the Looney house. I think the Looney house people said they lived next door to the Looney house, pointing to where I lived.
Yeah. Rock Island tries to forget its mobster past, but the shadows remember. And on a quiet night, if you listen closely, you might just hear John Looney's footsteps, returning to claim the city that once trembled at his name. Eerie, Iowa is brought to you in part by Doodads. You can learn more when you check out Doodads on Facebook. Living Local continues after the break. Stay with us.